people! Welcome to another edition of the Thing Gets Happy and Frenzy that we all know and love as WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim, and Ninja Boy. We've got some serious business to talk about today. But before the serious business, not so serious, was another King of the Ring win and yet another WrestleMania single for Big Jim. Let's just put this on WrestleMania cards to make this slightly less painful. And I managed to get just what I wanted, which was a big show. So it's the 30-somethingth.
It's very small.
30-somethingth individual WrestleMania card that I've got.
Wait, how many pros do you have?
Not many at all. Not including the Devar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 event cards. So
5, 6, 7, 8, so
8 in total.
50.
Yeah, but don't forget, and this actually does relate to what we're going to talk about today. Don't forget, I do have at the back here some Season 1 cards. Now, okay, look, they've increased the limit from 150 cards to 165. But I've already got a bit of an issue to pick up with WWE SuperCard on this. Well, we're now looking at Season 3 coming out later in the year. And they're talking about Season 2, there's going to be a new tier of cards. Which, of course, is going to be based around SummerSlam. They say in the summer. It's got to be SummerSlam, hasn't it? But the thing is, they say they've increased the card limit because they're getting ready to introduce a mode where your Season 1 and Season 2 cards can be used in Season 3. Now, my first big issue with this is, this damn app doesn't work in the first place. Network errors all the time. More annoyingly, for me at the moment, Money in the Bank, every time I try and play on my iPad, it crashes. It's just been driving me bonkers. I do have a second account, which I just use as for a bit of fun, which is in Survivor level. And that, I can't even play Money in the Bank at all on. And not only that, the network errors on that game just don't stop. So I would much rather have had a clean, fresh app from Season 3. Don't build your house on sand and then just keep adding on extra bits to it, then the whole thing's going to collapse. Start fresh. Build it on a firm base. Give us something that's a good, solid app that works. Haven't got that off my chest. Now that Cat Daddy have announced that there's going to be this special way which you can use Season 1 and Season 2 cards, of course a lot of people have said, oh, but I deleted all my Season 1 cards when Season 2 came out, either transferring them over or just to make space in my card catalogue. And I noticed on the official SuperCard Twitter account, it's saying, oh, well, hit up support and they'll sort you out. Well, hang on a minute. I've actually kept hold of my Season 1 cards because I wanted to keep hold of them because I like the look of them and on the chance that they might come in useful for later editions. So my actual overall card limit has been severely restricted because I've kept all these Season 1 cards. All these people who managed to delete their cards, like, oh, we're not going to need them, and so they've played quite freely with a full capacity deck, are now being told, oh yeah, you can get some Season 1 cards back, just hit up some support. So I've actually been penalised for keeping hold of my cards because I've had all this restricted space in my card totals all this time. So, but that's an aside. It doesn't take away from the overall viewpoint of mine. It's my viewpoint. I don't even know what Ninja Boy's viewpoint. It's my viewpoint. Just wanted a fresh start. I know people have spent money. I've said this before. But just look, when we went from Season 1 to Season 2, yes, you could change some cards, transfer them over. But the cards you transferred over very quickly became useless. And they were only useful, really, if you liked the particular look of a wrestler that you could then use from Season 1 once we got to mix and match some of their images. But apart from that, I wasn't really much use to it. So I'm not a fan of this. Start off with an app and then just start trying to chisel bits onto it. Give it a complete refresh. Even if it's the same app, but it's been rebuilt so it's solid in the places where it breaks down. Anyway, that brings me on to an even more serious matter. This fella right here, this restless fella, not wrestling, restless fella to my left, to your, on the other side of me as you look. Ninja Boy, of late, with all the events that we now do, what with the individual events, the team events, he stopped playing the individual events because it was better for us as a team if he joined in the team events, and of course we were chasing higher ranked cards than he could do as an individual. But now it's just become too much. It's become too much, and we've had quite a few many chats over the last few weeks about the game in general, what it's doing. Now, he's a 9-year-old boy. He loves to play games. He was deeply in love with SuperCard for a long time and has gradually fallen out of love with the game. And right now, he's thinking, he's dropped the bombshell on me these last couple of days that he's talking about not playing again, ever. No more Mano Ninja Boyo, no more Ninja Boy on SuperCard. Which for me is a bit of a worry, because where does that leave BadLadDad as a channel? Yes, we're going to be playing FIFA 17 when it comes out. Yes, there's other things that we do. There's Pokemon Go, which we'll be wanting to do more of. And just as an aside on that, we did an hour-long recording the other day using AirServer, and only found when we got home that 5 minutes into the recording, the picture had frozen, but it still did the audio. And I don't think you'd be particularly keen on listening to people playing Pokemon Go for an hour, so we've had to scrap that, sadly. So although I flagged it up in the last video, that's now not going to happen. But we are going to be doing more Pokemon videos. There's other things that we do, yeah, so that's cool. So we can still have BadLadDad doing other things, but WWE SuperCard is how we got established, it's how we made our name, and it's what got you guys on board with us. And it looks like I'm going to lose my buddy, my partner. Are you absolutely sure about this, Ninja Boy? You're absolutely sure? What if Season 3 comes out? You're going to give it a go?
I'm going to see how it is for the first couple of days.
First couple of days. What would you do for a start? Do you like the idea of them still using Season 1 and Season 2 cards and just continuing with the same app, or would you have preferred to see a fresh app? What's your opinion on that?
Well, the app is just useless as it is at the moment.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
So a new app would just mean clean, pretty much.
And hopefully something that works. Okay, well there's that. What would you want to see in it that would perhaps make it a bit more exciting for you again? What could it do to recapture your interest?
Be fair.
Be fair. So by that, do you mean when it's giving you rewards, you've got more chance of getting a pro? I think one of the things that...
No, I'm quite good with that.
One of the things that has been a struggle, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, you might disagree with me here, has actually been powering up the cards.
Oh my god, I've got like so many survive cards.
Yeah, it does take an awful long time. If they start building up, it takes an awful long time to build up the experience. I mean, I think it was too much when you could just transfer cards in, but they need to find a happy compromise. Yes, buddy, go for it.
I've got 2 WrestleMania cards, 2 survive cards still to power up.
It's frustrating. It's
and
very
you only
frustrating.
get from 1 to 3 cards in an exhibition matches. And they're not even that good.
Yeah. And event-wise, you don't do PCC... Well, I mean, you're not doing the events at all at the moment.
No.
But PCC's never been a favourite of yours, has it?
No. Especially since the start of Season 2.
What would you say if you had to pick one of the events out of the events that they do? Which is your favourite?
Ring Dom.
Ring Domination. Ring Dom-a-dim-dom!
But they've just...
You can't miss out on all this, buddy. You can't miss out on all of this.
But they just kind of ruined it somehow.
Cat Daddy, did you hear that? You kind of ruined it somehow.
You've ruined
This is your fan base.
Mode.
It's not like old gnarly idiots like me who are just like persistent and just keep going on and keep going on like a dog with a bone.
Yeah,
just
it's
won't
not
put it down,
an
let
idiot,
it go.
it's a half-baked idiot.
So this is it's a concern.
Idiot.
It's a concern for me as a player who has generally loved the game, certainly through its early stages, through Season 1 and for a big part Season 2. What are you doing, man? Apart from knocking my chin off.
Yeah.
I don't want to see people falling out of love with the game, but I felt it myself. And it's very obvious to me as well. We've kind of been hanging around. Our team, I just have a look on Team Chat. We've got a team event this evening. I don't think our team has even spoken to each other for about a week.
And I
Seriously.
don't even know about these events.
We used to be chatting. Oh, here we go. Someone said something. Pro Fusion Undertaker. Oh, well, that's not even anything to do with this event, is it? Okay.
Nice. Well done, Matt.
So Matt's actually taken a break because his car keeps breaking down. So he's sort of real life getting in the way. It is interesting.
Look, 7-day gap.
Yeah.
A whole week.
Yeah. I mean, this is...
Silence.
what I did actually have problems with my chat. You didn't have them, did you? Again.
I did.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, it said like July 27th, then like May 1st.
So this chat mode that was like meant to encourage obviously everyone to communicate, that wasn't working for me for a few days on the team as well. Oh, we've gone out again.
Yay, you did it, your signature.
Yeah, signature move. Actually quit out by mistake. I just noticed I think I've just started off another fusion chamber. One of the big killers for me...
Yeah, I started it, then I just ended it halfway through because I was like, no point.
One of the big killers for me was the amount of WrestleMania cards that they issued at once. It made it so difficult to get a pro. So having made some really good progress all the way up to and including Survivor level, I didn't start off too badly. I got a couple of pros fairly early on, and then I had nothing for months. And in King of the Ring, I went from being quite a good player, quite competitive, to I just, through no fault of my own, I was still collecting WrestleMania cards, just fell out of contention. And that was a big problem. And also, you know, there's the cost of all these things when they expect you to spend hundreds of pounds and dollars to upgrade things if you want to try and rush things over. And it's just, after a while, you just think enough is enough. The events being back to back, you go from the personal events to the team events. You know, there's other things we want to do in life. There's other things that you have to do in life. You know, some people have to work for a living. Some people have to go to school because at that sort of age. You know, there's things that you need to do.
You have to do tests.
In the real world. Tests for what?
I know.
See if your name's Abby. Abby Normal. So, yeah, there's all these things to consider. So it's got to the point where I'm worried about how the game's going to go from here. I didn't quite finish the point I was making, actually, which was, it's not just me. The rest of my teammates, I know, are questioning just how much they want to give to the game over the next few weeks and the next couple of months until we get into Season 3. But that means we're just, like, dragging along. It's just prolonging the agony. I just prefer rip the Band-Aid off, start again. I prefer a clean break. So, what I'd like to hear from you guys down below, in the comments down below, is what are your feelings? Do you want... it's not really in our hands, is it? Let's face it. Cat Daddy made their decision, and that's what they're going to do. Would you have preferred to have seen a clean app? Do you think that it's still right to include Season 1 and Season 2 cards, even though we all know that their validity is going to run out in a short space of time, and their competitiveness? I mean, I just feel a bit hacked off with things in general, to be honest with you. There's plenty of other games that we're quite enjoying playing at the moment, and things that have been around for as long as SuperCard that we still enjoy. And there's an ice cream van going past as well. It's very nice. Playing Captain Pugwash thing. For all you British TV trivia enthusiasts from the 1970s, of which there must be at least 2 of you watching. So that's it, really. It's a bit of a rant, this episode. Didn't want it really to be a rant, but the biggest concern for me is this fella. Cat Daddy, you need to win him back, because if you don't win him back, I'm not going to have him as my sparring partner on WWE SuperCard. So I've either got to get someone new in. I don't know how I'm going to do that, because I can't have a new son. So I've either got to get someone new in.
Please download the new.
Or just do a few videos on my own, or just stop it.
That's another reason.
Just stop
Bring
it.
my mum in if there's a new app.
Bring your mum
She
in.
can download.
Oh, I don't fancy that idea.
Yeah.
I shouldn't think she fancies that idea either.
Then I'll be in
Anyway,
the one.
people, look, there we go. Ninja Boy has stated his case. It's looking like, unless they do something that's got pretty much a wow factor to it for Season 3, which, let's face it, track record's not good. I think we could be losing him. Could be losing him from WWE SuperCard. The day could come, and it'll be a sad day. Anyway, look, that's it for now. Try and be... All right, he's got something more to say. Is it nice and upbeat?
Well...
Is it positive?
Not really.
Not really.
So, in my checking days, I will get rid of all my Season 2 cards, because if I do end up not wanting to do it, then I can just, like, delete the app.
Right.
But like with the current app, there's kind of gonna be nothing in it if they do make a new app.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much done already.
Right. Okay. Not quite sure if that helped adding anything to what we've just been saying. The bottom line here is the future of BadLadDad and WWE SuperCard is very much up in the air. I mean, I'll keep going, doing my own thing, but the whole attraction of our channel, I believe, is the fact we've got our father-son thing going on. And if he goes missing, that'll kind of kill the fun for me a bit as well. And once the fun goes, things start to become a bit of a chore, then the whole concept of making the videos starts to come into question. But let's not be too doom and gloom. Let's not be too doom and gloom.
Ending on a high.
There will be more from us. Pokemon Go, as I mentioned, we've got our WWE Slam video follow-up to do to that insane giveaway from the other day from Backaroo. Cheers, Backer. And plenty more trades have been done since. But the only trading I've been doing, just to qualify things, is if we've got more than 2 cards, I've then been trading a few things to try and get other duplicates so we can then obviously share them. So he's got one and I've got one. So we did a big transfer this morning, didn't we? Where it would have been a bit boring for a video, but where I transferred over, how many cards do you reckon I gave you? About 36? 37 was it? Wasn't it 4 lots of 9 and a couple of singles, because I did that Sheamus card for you as well, the power card.
Oh yeah.
Sheamus. Anyway, look, we're now talking about things that you've got no idea what we're talking about. Sorry, we've really gone off on a tangent here. So there we have it.
My collection's still colourful.
Let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling about SuperCard at the moment. Let's just try and let's do this as a hashtag.
Hashtag SuperCard.
Hashtag happy.
No, a rating. A rating. So hashtag like from 1 to 10.
That sounds a bit complicated.
Hashtag SuperCard 1 or hashtag SuperCard 10, depending how you feel.
Okay, call it super. Where? Keep it short. Just do hashtag Super 1 if you think it's rubbish, and then Super 2, Super 3, all the way up to Super 10, where you think it's absolutely superb.
It's the best.
You've got no idea what we're whinging about, and we should just shut up and get on with playing the game. So that's your ranking, Super 1 to Super 10. And I'm not talking about what they're planning on doing in the future. I'm talking about how it's playing right now. Mm-hmm. Are you happy with the events being so close together? Are you happy with the rewards? Are you happy with the fact that it keeps crashing all the time? Because I know I'm definitely not happy with that. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you do want to see what we're going to get up to in the future, obviously the best way to do that is subscribe down below. Bung us a like if you like the video. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. And until we see you next time, you stay cool.
SuperCard ratings.